Welcome everyone to Intensity Broadcasting for coverage of the Thunderstruck Super Late Model Series. Tonight, these Super Late Models will be taking on Virginia's favorite short track, Richmond Raceway. It's going to be 125 laps of racing action here tonight, and I'm going to be calling it all here on Intensity Broadcasting. Right now, your point standings are currently looking like this with only 2 races left. Currently, Josh Oswald is the leader in points with 344 points. Aaron Johnson in second with 297. Josh Oswald is looking like he is going to be your series champion as long as he doesn't have a bad race here tonight and next week at Hickory. Third in points, we have Mike Hasty. Fourth is Cody Pennell, and rounding out your top 5 is Aaron Ward. Take a look here at practice. Currently, we see Donald Clark on the top of the board with a 20.44. Rick Rube second with a 21.45. Third, Aaron Johnson, 21.47. Fourth is Josh Oswald. Fifth in practice is Kyle Martinson. Only 100th separates first and second. It's looking like this is going to be a really, really close race here tonight. Last week, we were at the Bull Ring at Las Vegas Motor Speedway, and we saw Eric Myers absolutely dominate the race. Led 124 of the 125 laps. We saw Corey Bigley take second. Aaron Johnson finished third. Fourth was Josh Oswald, and then rounding out your top 5 was Mike Hasty. But we won't see... I believe it'll be 3 in a row if he would have been in this race. Eric Myers is not in this race, so we do have a chance to possibly see a new winner. So it's looking like we only have 11 cars in the session, so we will not have heat races, but we are getting set for qualifying where the drivers will get 2 laps to set their best possible lap time, and that'll determine where they start in the feature. And this has been a fantastic season. We've seen a lot of different winners, a lot of great action. And it's crazy that there's only, including tonight's race, there's only 2 races left. Next week will be the season finale at Hickory Motor Speedway. And I know a lot of drivers are excited about that. That's a track that is relatively new to the iRacing platform. And I have not actually bought the track yet. Haven't raced there, haven't watched a race there, so that'll kind of be my first impression of the track. I heard that Hickory is a very, very fun track, so we'll see how the racing goes. Qualifying is underway here at Richmond. Let's go ahead and watch to see who all is getting on track right now. We got a few drivers. Josh Oswald is on track. We see Rick Rube getting ready to go out there. Rick had a he had a few great practice laps, so we're looking to see if he can turn some good laps here in qualifying. Got Smokin' Sam Wetstein on track. Josh Oswald, and he's 17, your current points leader, looking to try to break into the win. As much of a successful season as he has had, he still hasn't broken into the win column yet, so we might see that here tonight at Richmond. There's Sam Wetstein still on track right now. Let's see. I believe this will be... All right, we've got Mike Hasty to the top of the board. Then Josh Oswald. Then Rick Rube to the top of the board with a 21.81. Showing just how fast he is. One of the favorites here to win tonight's event. Second, Josh Oswald, 22.02. Sam Wetstein, third, 22.15. Mike Hasty gets to the top of the board with a 21.65. Josh Oswald, oh, there we go. Rick Roop tops that with a 21.62. So only 300 separate first and second. Third, Josh Oswald. Fourth, Sam Wetstein. Fifth is Nathan Hall. Kyle Martinson to the top of the board with a 21.47. Kyle Martinson has gotten a lot of wins this season. We know he knows how to get it done. That's going to bring the gap between first and second at 2/10, blowing everybody else's lap times out of the water. One-time winner this season, Aaron Johnson, getting ready to get onto the board. First lap for him. Let's take a look at the onboard cam. See in turns 1 and 2, getting all the way on that bottom, almost gets on the apron. Ooh, a little bit loose there off of turn number 2. That is definitely going to add some time. Again, keeping it down low, drifting back up to the top. That's going to put him in fourth with a 21.71. Still about 3/10 off the pole right now. And you can see the car's just getting very, 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 very loose. But that might be a good thing here for these drivers. Allowing the car to turn easier. Just got to be able to control it. He improves on lap number 2 with a 21.60, but still no catching Kyle Martinson. One driver who I think can do that, though, is Donald Clark, who's on track right now. See what lap time he is going to turn. Gets to second already with the 21.50. Only needs 3 more hundredths to get by Kyle. Oh, and he's going to slow down. So looks like Clark will be settling for second here. So with 1 minute and 25 left, it's looking like Kyle Martinson is going to be your pole sitter. Kyle Martinson hasn't been in a race in a while. Neither is Donald Clark, so it's cool that we see these two in the session tonight. I know they're not always in these races. They come on a part-time basis. So 2 races left. Anything can happen. I know the stakes are going to be high for the point standings lead between Aaron Johnson and Josh Oswald. We'll see what happens here. Right now, these drivers are running around 142, 143 miles per hour. That's about the top speed for these drivers. Richmond, a very, very fast, very, very exciting track. Look at the race info. We see it's 72 degrees Fahrenheit, 6% humidity, cloudy skies, 2 miles per hour wind speed, and track temperature same as the air temperature, 72 degrees. And we are in Richmond, Virginia, at the 0.7 of a mile Richmond Raceway. I've been here myself many, many times, and this is a beautiful facility, a great racetrack, and there's always great racing here. And look at this. We're going to have another 2-minute warm-up here before we officially start gridding for the feature event, just to give these drivers a little bit more practice time. See, got a few drivers on track right now. Let's just take a look at what it looks like from the cockpit perspective. Sam Wetstein coming into 3 and 4. I'm going to keep it a little bit above the yellow line. Back up to the wall. There's Mike Hasty. Sam Wetstein with the fastest lap time so far, 22.08. definitely think that can be beaten. Oh, Mike Hasty loose off of turn 2. We may see a lot of that. We had a decently clean race last week at the Bull Ring. Saw 2 cautions only. Aaron Johnson to the top with a 21.64. Donald Clerk tops that 21.63. I'd say the 3 drivers to watch tonight are going to be Aaron Johnson, Donald Clerk. There's really 4. Well, first of all, anybody has a chance to win, but there's 4 main favorites here tonight. Aaron Johnson, Donald Clerk, Kyle Mertensen, and Rick Rubin. Any one of them can win here tonight. Question is, who will it be? I think it's going to be a crazy, crazy battle. Maybe even a photo finish at the end here. And here we go. We're getting set for the race. Let's take a look here at your starting lineup. Starting on the pole with a 21.469. Crazy, crazy lap time for him. It's Kyle Martinson starting on the pole. Outside of him from Carolina, got Donald Clark third with Shock Eye 12 Racing. It's Aaron Johnson. Fourth is Rick Rubin. Then rounding out your top 5, it's none other than Mike Hasty. 6th place with Oswald Racing. Your current point standings leader, it's Josh Oswald. 7th will be Sam Wetstein. 8th place, Nathan Hall. In position number 9, it's Keith Lichtenwalner. And then rounding out your top 10, it's none other than the 51 machine of Michael Swink. And then last but not least, in the 224, it's Josh Cole. So here we go. We are currently pacing at Richmond. We are getting set. These drivers getting their tires warmed up, trying to get as much heat in them as possible. This is going to be a crazy battle for 125 laps. I'm excited for this one. And there we go. We're getting ready to go green here again. Kyle Martinson starting on the bottom. Kyle Martinson on the top. Behind them, we have Aaron Johnson and Rick Rube. Also, keep this in mind. Rick Rube is the 81 on the track, but he is the 081 on the ticker. Just keep that in mind if you're trying to locate him. Waiting for that pace car to make the hard left turn onto pit road. He's in. Green flag is out, and there we see Kyle Martinson taking off. He is clear of Donald Clark. I believe we're side by side for third between Aaron Johnson and Rick Rube. And there we go. Aaron Johnson up to that third place spot now. Donald Clark trying to reel in Kyle Martinson for that first spot. Trying to set up that pass. And he also has Aaron Johnson right on his back bumper. I think Aaron Johnson might try to make a pass here in the next couple of laps. And he has Rick Rube to worry about behind him. Oh, Aaron Johnson is around. And it looks like it was a single car spin. So I don't think they're going to bring out the caution. Here's what happened. Here he goes through turns 1 and 2. And I knew turn 2 was going to be a trouble spot. There you see the car starts to slide. And then that's when it all goes wrong right there. Gosh, hate to see it for Aaron Johnson, a driver who was running very, very fast. That doesn't mean his race isn't done, though. He's going to try to make his way back up to the field here. And we have a battle for first going on. Here comes Donald Clark looking low under Kyle Martinson for that first spot. They're side by side through turns 1 and 2. There's Clark with the nose. And he's going to slide back down behind Donald Clark. Donald Clark up to the lead now. I don't think we've seen the end of Kyle Martinson. He's looking back low here in 3 and 4. Rick Rube is there as well. We'll say Rick Rube has ran the fastest lap time of the race with a 21.48. Let's see if that momentum can help propel him to that first spot. Ooh, Kyle Martinson into the outside wall. That's going to slow him down. Rick Rube looks low under him. Side by side through 3 and 4. Can Rick Rube get ahead? Pretty much equal as we cross the line. And he has the nose here through turns 1 and 2. There you go. See Rick Rube finally able to get clear and up to that second spot. But we see, looks like Kyle Martinson trying to get back low, able to get to Rube's rear quarter panel. Looks like Rick Rube is extending his gap a little bit right now over Kyle Martinson. Donald Clark starting to drive away a little bit. He's got a 5/10 lead over second place Rick Rube right now. Kyle Martinson continuing to try to get that second place spot back. Hitting that wall really slowed down his momentum. And once you lose that momentum, it's kind of hard to get him back. Get it back. He's trying to set up that pass. And the field's starting to get a little bit spread out right now. We look on the journey of Aaron Johnson trying to make his way back up through the field. Right now, he is in that 8th spot. He was able to make it by Keith Lichtenwalner, but still, there's a 2-second gap between him and 7th place. I don't know if he can make it back up. Let's see, right now your top 3, most recently we saw Rick Rube had the fastest lap, then it was Donald Clark, then it was Kyle Martinson. See how it's looking like here for lap times. There you go, we see Kyle Martinson has kind of caught back up a little bit. He's regained some speed. And, let's see. I think this is kind of the time of the race where we see these drivers getting into tire saving mode, so these tires are going to feel good at the end of the race. I know that Richmond is very, very brutal on the tires, so already we're seeing 5/10 drop-offs for lap times. Richmond not backing down on tearing up these tires of these drivers. Your top 3, though, Donald Clark, Rick Rube, Kyle Martinson, all very, very good at saving tires. I know Donald has a win. Kyle has a win. I don't think Rick Rube has a win this season. He's trying to make get a first win here. Let's see how your top 5 is looking right now. Got Donald Clark in first. He was able to make it by Kyle Mertensen early on here in this race. And he's continuing to try to keep that lead. Rick Rube in that second place spot. He took advantage of Aaron Johnson spinning early on, and he was able to get up to third. Kyle Martinson hit the wall. He took advantage of that, and he's now up to second, waiting to see if maybe Donald Clark can make a mistake here. Third, Kyle Martinson. He has really, really slowed down since the beginning of this race. Was really, really fast early on. Saw Donald Clark was able to make it by him, and ever since then, he's been slowly falling back. Hit the wall. That slowed him down, and he's continuing to just lose position after position. We see Mike Hasty's actually starting to reel him in a little bit. Speaking of Mike Hasty, he's in fourth right now. He's been in the top 5 for most of the race. Really hasn't said his name, but the thing is, if anything happens with these top 3 drivers, he'll be there to swoop in and get a top 3 spot. And then shout out to our biggest move. Oh, as I say, they got a little bit loose. What a save. But again, shout out to our biggest mover of the race, which is Nathan Hall. Started in 8th. Didn't really have the qualifying run that he wanted. He has since made his way up to 5th now, and he's trying to get up there to Mike Hasty. Just made some smart passes. I know with the Aaron Johnson wreck, that kind of helped him. Speaking of Aaron Johnson, he has just made his way up to 7th, finally making his way by Sam Wetstein. Aaron Johnson needs to be careful, though, making his way up to the field. He's got to try to make sure not to burn up his tires. That's going to be very important if he wants to get back to the top 5, top 3 again. Yeah, Donald Clark just kind of hanging out right now in first. Nobody's really contesting for that first spot. We do have a battle for 5th beginning to brew. Your points leader, Josh Oswald, beginning to reel in. Your biggest mover of the race so far, Nathan Hall. We know Josh Oswald, he's currently running about 0.2 faster. He's looking low, getting a great run on that yellow line. They're pretty much equal here on the backstretch. We see Hall able to get back clear, and there we see Oswald driving it into turns 3 and 4. He has the nose as we go into the front stretch. There we go. Oswald up to the top 5 now. Continuing, I mean, if he gets a top 5 or top 7, he'll be looking really, really good to winning the championship as we go into the championship race next week at Hickory. The next car that Aaron Johnson needs to catch is Nathan Hall, and he is 4 seconds ahead. I don't know if Aaron Johnson can catch him. With that spin, that really, really, really hurt his race. Chuck Johnson says, Aaron's car sure is pretty go, number 78. Yes, I did notice. Saw a paint scheme change for that number 78, ditching the red, white, and black colors for a new green and black. I actually quite like it. And then we see Josh Hall says, let's go Josh Thanos Oswald. He's currently running that 5th spot, trying to get a top 5, and he's currently trying to hold off Nathan Hall and Sam Wetstein. Sam Wetstein has had a rough race so far. Hasn't really been able to keep up with the rest of the field. We'll see if circumstances change here in the next couple of laps. What's the significance of the Thanos nickname? Because he wipes out the whole field. Got Rick Rude beginning to reel in Donald Clark. Rick Rude has made a lot of smart passes so far throughout this race. And the main thing he has done to take advantage and get positions is he has waited for drivers to make a mistake. He was sitting behind Aaron Johnson. He spun. He got that third spot. He was sitting behind Kyle Martinson. He hit the wall. He got the second spot. Now he's waiting for Donald Clark to maybe make a mistake. But the thing is, Donald Clark so far has ran pretty much a mistake-free race. A fantastic race for him. Let's see what he can do. Let's take a look at here's what it looks like from the onboard cam of Rick Rude. See, just trying to keep it down on that yellow line as much as he possibly can. I don't know, you don't want to turn the wheel too much to keep it down or else you're scrubbing speed. Ooh, got a great entry there into 3 and 4. That's going to get him closer to that 18 machine. Oh, I got you. That is true. Josh Oswald recently in the Rebels series and here in Thunderstruck has really been wrapping up the... Oh my gosh. Saw Nathan Hall get into the outside wall. Josh Oswald, he really has been racking up those championships and looks like he's going to add another Infinity Stone to the gauntlet if he can keep up this top 5 performance here tonight. I think that may or may not seal the championship for next week at Hickory. And I think the main thing about Josh Oswald is he participates in every single race. Every single race. You see some drivers skip races. We've seen a lot. Josh Oswald, let me explain this. Josh Oswald does not have a win this season. We've seen a bunch of different winners, a bunch of different drivers with a lot of success. Josh Oswald is not one of them. He has not gotten a win this season, but he has participated in every single race while we've seen some drivers take some weeks off. And we've seen some drivers, miss a race or get involved in a wreck. He's just been consistently keeping the car clean, and he's made every single race so far. And that's really helped him. Consistency is key. And that's how he gets all those championships. He participates in every single race. We see some drivers might take a race off here, take a race off there. He participates in every single one. And that gets him the championship just because of the fact that he participated in every single race. Which, I mean, that just shows how much commitment Oswald has to this game. Or simulation. And he's good at it. He's had a great race so far. And Nathan Hall, who was having a great run... He's pulling into the pits, and I am not sure what's going on with the 20 car. Yep, he's called it quits. So that's actually going to put Aaron Johnson to that 6th position now. He's going to be setting his sights on your 5th place driver, Josh Oswald. 5 seconds separate the two. We got Rick Rube right there on Donald Clark's back bumper still. Rube has really been taking his time, being very, very patient. And I mean, I bet he realizes, you know, if you wreck the car out now, that's going to really hurt your chances to get back up there, because we're kind of nearing lap number 50. There is only going to be 75 laps left. And that's really not a lot of time to make your way back up to the field here. So you got to be careful trying to make this pass, not to wreck your car. So Rick Rube being very, very patient here. And there, look at this. Rick Rube taking it to the outside. And that is, ooh, he gets into the outside wall. That's going to slow him way down. And he slides to the bottom of the track. This is going to give Kyle Martinson that. Oh, yeah, this is going to really, really hurt Rick Rube. I am not sure what he is doing. Josh Oswald up to 4th. He's pulling in. So you see he was taking a look here to the outside. But he just washes way up the track into the outside wall. And then he just pulls in. That's going to cost him a lot of track position. And we are currently at lap number 50. Here's how the field is looking. Donald Clark in first. Started on the outside pole, and we saw very, very early on was faster than Martinson. He was able to get by him. Martinson back up to second. He had fallen to third after getting into the outside wall. He does have a driver chasing him. We do see Mike Hasty is starting to catch him. And what in the world? We're seeing a bunch of drivers start to come in. I know these drivers don't have tires. Let's see what they're doing. Josh Oswald was running in 4th. Was having a great race, and he's coming in. I don't think he got into a wreck or anything. See what he does. Looks like it was just gas and go for him. I think so, because there isn't a lot of cautions. I know a lot of times during the cautions, these drivers like to go to the bottom of the track and shut the cars off. They can't do that. There hasn't been a caution, so these drivers might have to come in to the pits to top off on fuel, which means that might mean that Donald Clark might not be able to make it. He might have to come in here. We'll see what happens. Again, though, Donald Clark in first. Kyle Martinson second. Mike Hasty, who is tied for biggest move of the race. He's had a fantastic race so far. Really haven't said his name too much, but, I mean, sometimes that can definitely be a good thing, and it's already looking like that for him. He's chilling out in that third-place spot, has just been taking advantage of drivers getting into the wall, drivers spinning, and drivers coming into the pits. Aaron Johnson got in an early wreck. That put him all the way to the back, but we've seen a lot of drivers get into incidents and a lot of drivers come in. He's risen to the top and is up to that 4th place spot now. Same thing for Sam Wetstein. He was running in last, but we've seen a lot of drivers have some tough luck and drivers have fallen to the back or came in. He's staying out and he's ran a clean race. Hasn't really gotten in. Oh, and now we see him coming in to take some fuel. I'm pretty sure that's what these guys are doing because they have to. There hasn't been a caution. So now it's kind of the waiting game for Donald Clark. Will he come in? That's the question here. Besides that, I mean, the field really spread out right now. I think now is the perfect opportunity. We're going to go ahead and turn up the volume. It's time for Pump Up the Intensity. You'll get to hear the sounds and sights of the racetrack. Here we go. There you go. That's Pump Up the Intensity for you. We're back here. And we saw Kyle Martinson was the next driver to come in for fuel. So that's now going to leave 3 drivers. Donald Clark, Mike Hasty, Aaron Johnson. I don't think so. I don't think he has came in. So yeah, Donald Clark, Mike Hasty, Aaron Johnson are yet to come in, I believe. They're not coming in to get fresh tires. They're coming in to get fuel. And again, main reason why is because the fact that there hasn't been any cautions. And I know these drivers during cautions like to drive to the bottom of the track, shut their cars off the whole straightaway, turn it back on in the turns, and then repeat the process. And that helps to save fuel. Can't do that though. So we'll see what happens here. And again, the top 3 pretty much spread out. Right now, we're just kind of playing the waiting game. See, Kyle Martinson, he is the first car down a lap. He is hoping for a caution because that means that he will get his lap back. Because I really don't think he will be able to catch Donald Clark. There we go. We see Aaron Johnson is the next driver to come in. Question is, can he come in and come out and stay on the lead lap? We'll see. All right, he is going to go down a lap, and that's going to actually give the third place position now to Kyle Martinson. Only 2 drivers remain. Donald Clark, Mike Hasty. You got to be thinking, you know, when are they going to come in? I know Donald Clark, he's trying to stay out as long as he possibly can, but you don't want to stay out too long where you'll regret it in the end. Here's how your top 5 is looking right now. We got Donald Clark in first. Started on the outside pole. Was able to get by Martinson early on, and he has since kept that lead. Mike Hasty in that second spot. Biggest mover of the race. Started in 5th. Ran there for most of the race. We saw Johnson spun. He was able to get to 4th, and then we've just seen a lot of drivers come in. He's up to 2nd now, and he is currently staying out. Kyle Martinson started in the pole. Lost a position after hitting the wall. He has since been able to come in, take fuel, and he is back up to 3rd, where he was running for a lot of this race. And if we see Clark and Hasty come in, that should put him in the lead. Josh Oswald in 4th right now, your current points leader. What an awesome race that he has had here tonight. Another big mover, started in 6th. He's also been running the top 5 for most of this race. And, I mean, as long as he gets a top 5, top 7, again, that should help him to get that championship next week at Hickory. And then Sam Wetstein, what a race for him. Was running in last, but then we saw a lot of drivers get involved in wrecks, and we saw a lot of drivers come into the pits. That's kind of boosted them up to that 5th place spot now. So again, how long will Donald Clark have to wait here? Your top 2, Donald Clark, Mike Hasty, still have to come in to take fuel. How long are they willing to wait? I have no way that I can see how much fuel they have left. Oh, there we go. We see Donald Clark finally coming in at lap number 80. And there we go. That's going to give the lead to Mike Hasty now, the last driver that needs to come in. Clark just going to get that gas and go. We'll see if he'll be able to make his way back up to the field. There we go. Last driver left, Mike Hasty. Last driver that needs to come in to get fuel. How long is he willing to wait? I don't know if he's just going to try to run the tank dry or what. So far from him, haven't seen too much tire drop off. I'd say we've seen about 7/10. He's lost about 7/10 since the green flag drop, which is not bad here, because I know Richmond loves to tear up your tires. See, I don't know. There's Donald Clark right there coming off of turn number 2. He's pretty close to Donald Clark. I don't know, though, if he'll be able to get that lap back. It's a cool aerial view right here of Mike Hasty right now. Again, I don't know when he is going to come in. There we see this lap, maybe. I don't know. Could be this lap. Could be... I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how many laps you can get on a tank here in these super late models. A lot of questions going on for Mike Hasty. I keep thinking that he's going to come in, and then he doesn't. Everybody has came in so far, except for him, and I don't know. I mean, again, I think he might try to run the tank as dry as he possibly can. He's got everybody trapped down a lap, so it'll be really hard for somebody to take the lead. See how the car is looking like right now with these older tires. What he's doing, so... Turn 1, keeping it a little bit above the yellow line, then turns down right on exit of 2, drifts up to the wall, back down a little bit lower than in 1 and 2, and then again lets it drift up. Tires aren't looking too bad. I know these drivers have to really, really be good tire savers because there is no extra set of tires. You might be wondering, well, why are these people coming in? Again, they are coming in to get fuel because there hasn't been a caution, and cautions give them opportunities to save fuel. And I'm not sure. This may be the first race of the season that we haven't seen a caution come out. Somebody could fact check me. We've seen a lot. Even if it was like one caution, we've still seen at least one caution in these races. There we see Donald Clark. He's continuing to try to get that lap back. Trying to reel in Mike Hasty. Here's how your top 5 is currently looking like right now. Mike Hasty is in first. Biggest move of the race. Started in 5th. Was running there for most of this race. So a couple drivers wreck, and then we've seen the whole field come in. He's staying out there, though. Running out that tank as much as he can. Trying to get it to the last drop of fuel. He is still in that first spot. Donald Clark in second. Led most of this race after taking the lead from Kyle Martinson. Only lost the lead when he came into the pits. If Hasty has to come in, he should be able to inherit the lead from him. Kyle Martinson in third. This is where he has ran for most of this race. I know Kyle lost the lead to Clark early. Clark was just a little bit faster, so I'm getting to the wall. Lost the second place spot to Rick Rubin. He's just been kind of chilling in that third place spot right now. Will maybe get back up to second, though, if Mike Hasty can come in. Oswald in fourth also has been running for top 5 for most of this race after getting by Nathan Hall. Oswald just has had a really, really clean race, really, really consistent race, and he is currently trying to get that top 5 finish. Wetstein in 5th. Was running in last for most of this race, and then we saw a couple drivers wreck and then a couple drivers come in, and that's kind of boosted him up to that 5th place spot now. He's just had a really clean race, hasn't gotten into the wall, hasn't gotten any wrecks, and that's really helped him. Less than 25 laps to go here at Richmond. And there we go. As I say that, we finally see Mike Hasty coming in. That's going to... Oh, no! He misses the pits and hits the barrels. Oh, no. Here's what happened. We see he's trying to get woed down to get into the pits. Trying to get slow enough. But he wasn't quite slow enough, and slides, boom, into the barrels. So that is definitely going to hurt his chances of him winning tonight's event. That gives Donald Clark the lead now. Back where he was running, and there's an 11-second gap between first and second. It's looking pretty good for Clark to get the victory. He doesn't have to come in anymore. He just kind of has to ride this race out, save those tires. I don't know what else Clark can really do here except for, again, just ride the race out. Here's a cool view right here. There we go. Looks like Josh Oswald just went down a lap now. Only 2 cars really on the lead lap here. So while we kind of have this break in the action, make sure to take this time to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, as it would be greatly appreciated. We are trying to get to 2,000 followers on Facebook for our 2-year anniversary, and I think we can hit that goal as a racing and iRacing community. I know following is not required, but it definitely is appreciated. Same thing on YouTube. Make sure to subscribe as we're trying to get to 1,000 on there by our 2-year anniversary as well. And once again, subscribing is not required, but it definitely is appreciated. And it is free. Following and subscribing on both YouTube and Facebook is free. Also, check us out on Twitch if you haven't already. I know we don't get quite as much viewers on there as we do Facebook and YouTube, but if that's your primary platform, make sure to follow us, and if you feel generous, subscribe on there. And last but not least, check us out on Twitter, Intensity Broad 1. We are always dropping polls on there, interacting with our viewers. So that's a fun place to be on there. Intensity Broad 1 is the name. And then you see on the top right corner of your screen, that is the eRacing TV logo, and eRacing TV is an app on Roku TV and Fire TV. And there is iRacing broadcast 7 nights a week on there, including on Sundays, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. Intensity Broadcasting's broadcasts are on there for your enjoyment. So make sure to check us out on there. It's a pretty cool app if you want to get us on your big screen. I know sometimes you might not always have your computer or your phone by you, and you might just be on your TV. So if you want to hook us up on your TV using eRacing TV, definitely recommend it. I've heard most recently that they already have 27,000 plus downloads on there, which is pretty mind-blowing. So again, make sure to download it. Eight laps to go now for Donald Clark. He's got a 12-second lead. As long as he doesn't make any major mistakes, it's looking pretty good for him. And he's had a mistake-free race pretty much. Here's a look at some of the lap times that Donald Clark is running. That's kind of a cool stat. See, the lap times have been getting progressively slower. A little bit faster that time by. Less than 5 laps to go now for Donald Clark. Again, 11 seconds. There's only 2 cars on the lead lap. 11 seconds separate first and second. I think he's got it pretty much. He's not home free yet, but it's looking pretty good. White flag is out for Donald Clark. Just has to make 4 more left turns, and he will be victorious. What a race for him. Passed Kyle Martinson early on. Led from there. Had to come in. Lost the lead to Mike Hasty, but when Hasty came in, he was able to get the lead back. There you go. Donald Clark is your winner here at Richmond Raceway. And I think we are getting ready to see a well-deserved burnout from that number 18 machine. Here we go, getting ready for the burnout, getting ready for the burnout, getting ready for the burnout. Getting everything ready. There we go, burning it down here. Well-deserved burnout for that 18 machine. Oh, and here comes Josh Oswald plowing in. And he's burning down as well. This is one of Josh Oswald's best finishes of the season. There we go. So let's go ahead and start off by pulling in your third place finisher from Laurie Station, Pennsylvania. We're going to be interviewing Josh Oswald. Here we go. Josh, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy?
Yeah, man, I got you. How you doing tonight?
Doing pretty good. And, man, looks like you were doing pretty good out there yourself. I know you were one of our biggest movers of the race. Started in the 6th place spot, and you're quickly able to make it by Nathan Hall in a little bit of a battle. And after that, we just saw a couple drivers getting into incidents, and everybody was coming in. And when the pit strategy was said and done, you were running in that 3rd spot. Did finish a lap down, but still, great race. One of your best finishes of the season. I mean, what did you think of this race?
Oh, it was just about saving tire and fuel. I mean, I was hoping we'd be able to save enough fuel, maybe get a caution or two. But once we got into a rhythm early on in the race, I mean, definitely looked like a caution wasn't going to happen. So just had to plan. I planned to pit around lap 50 just because I knew I'd be able to throw enough fuel in there to make it to the end from there without any question, even if we ended up getting a late race green, white checkered or something. And really my only goal tonight was just to hang around and finish good because I have a nice sizable point lead going into next week. So just race it, bring it home in one piece to make next week easier to win the title.
So coming into next week, I mean, what's kind of your mindset? You got a big lead over Aaron Johnson. I mean, what are you thinking right now?
Well, if my math is correct after tonight, I really just need to start the race next week. So, I mean, I could start the race and turn a lap and I'll be champion. So anytime you can do that in the last race of the season, can't really complain about anything that happened throughout it.
Absolutely. But again, before we let you go, Josh, is there anybody you would like to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, I'd like to thank all the Thunderstruck admins, keep everything going. You know, the car counts are light here at the end of the season, but that usually tends to be the case. I'd like to thank you for doing our broadcast for us. Everybody loves it, and glad that we're going to have you with us next season as well. Big Frig Coolers, and shout out to the man himself, Magic Mike.
We've definitely had fun broadcasting all season long, and you've had a great season here, and especially here tonight at Richmond. So again, congratulations on the 3rd place finish, Josh, and hopefully we'll see another great performance next week for the season finale at Hickory.
Absolutely. Looking forward to that track a lot.
Yep. All right, now on to your 2nd place finisher, none other than Kyle Mertensen. Here we go. Kyle, this is Atlee in the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. What a roller coaster race for you. I know you started in that 3rd place spot, and we saw Clark was quickly able to make it by you, and then you're running in 2nd for a lot of this race. Hit the outside wall. Rick Rube was able to get by you, but then we saw Rube get into an incident, and then after the whole pit strategy was said and done, you were able to get back to that 2nd spot after Mike Hasty came in, and you were there for most of the race. Couldn't really catch Clark. He had an 11-second lead during the finish, but that was just kind of, because of the pit strategy. But still, what a race. I mean, what did you think of this one here at Richmond?
Man, this place is just tough. I feel like I'm okay in the big car stuff here, but in the Super, I just couldn't get it figured out, and hats off to Donald Speedy head tonight. He was really quick.
Now, I mean, what was your thinking of your pit strategy? I mean, and what was your pit strategy coming into this race? Did you think we were going to have any cautions? I mean, explain your pit strategy to us.
Oh, I just tried getting in a little earlier in Donald, so I kind of try to get out in front of him when he had to go down pit road. But obviously, it didn't pan out. I only put about 10 gallons in, but I think that might have been just a little too much time. I just lost too much time on the track that way.
Again, sometimes how things happen, but still good performance here. And is there anybody else you would like to thank before we let you go?
Just got to thank all my teammates, SBM, Shock Guy, and thanks for Thunderstruck Series for putting this on.
Yep. And again, congratulations, second place finish, Kyle. Thank you for the interview. Have a great rest of your night.
Thanks, man. You too.
And now it's time to pull in the man of the hour, your winner, Donald Clark. Here we go. Donald, this is out in the broadcast booth. Do you have a copy?
I got that.
Awesome. What a race here tonight for you. I know. You quickly were able to make it by Kyle Martinson, and after that, you were pretty much gone. You were able to hold that lead for most of the race, and except for we saw you come in, you ended up giving you stayed out as long as you could, ended up coming in, gave the lead to Mike Hasty, but when he came back, he actually hit the barrels, and you were able to get that lead back. Finished with an 11-second lead, only 2 cars on the lead lap. I mean, what a dominant performance from you. I mean, what did you think of this race, and I mean, everything that happened in it?
The race was really good. 125 laps here, though, was really tough. It was a long race with no cautions. I was able to save a lot there at the beginning of the race. Rick was really quick there at the beginning. I was able to run just hard enough to stay ahead of him, but not burn my stuff up. And when I had to, I could run harder and put a little gap there. But it was a really good, clean race tonight.
Now, I mean, saw a bunch of cars get down a lap. You pretty much dominated this one. I mean, what does it take to dominate a race here at Richmond?
This place is really abrasive on tires, so you just got to save early. Back your entry up a good bit and not roll the throttle real hard up off the corner. Just keep the car on the yellow line pretty much. I see a lot of people was up off the bottom, off the yellow line. The key to here is you got to be on that yellow line, especially in the super late models.
For sure. Well, before we let you go, Donald, is there anybody you'd like to thank before we let you go?
Yeah, my team, SPM, all my teammates. Kyle, he was going to be strong here tonight. He fell off a little bit there towards the middle of the race. He was actually a little bit faster than I was at the end of the race, but just Kyle, Aaron, this whole team, man, they put a lot of effort in these cars week in and week out. You for broadcasting this deal, Thunderstruck for putting it on, all my support group, Jeff By Jr., his artwork, ITZR, DP2 chassis, all those guys, man, they just make all this happen.
Awesome. Well, again, congratulations on another victory this season, and hopefully we'll see another great performance next week at the season finale at Hickory. Have a great rest of your night.
Thank you, you too.
There you have it. That is going to do it here for the Thunderstruck Super Late Model Series. One more time, congratulations to Donald Clark. And I want to thank everyone for tuning in to watch the broadcast here on Intensity Broadcasting. Make sure to like, follow, and subscribe to Intensity Broadcasting on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, as it would be greatly appreciated. We are on the road to 2,000 followers on Facebook by our 2-year anniversary. That's April 28th, and I think we can do that as a racing and iRacing community. Also, make sure to check us out on YouTube, going to 1,000 followers by our 1-year anniversary. Check us out on Twitch. Check us out on Twitter, Intensity Broadband, always dropping polls on there. And if you haven't already, make sure to download the eRacing TV app. I am Atlee @ManWaste, on behalf of the entire Intensity Broadcasting team. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time. Over and out.